The Bond. Written exclusively for Romance Audiobooks - Love, all rights reserved. Chapter 1. Bitten. The meat was still warm when Fraynn stole it from the pot of the sleeping guard. Game was scarce this winter. She was hungry, and she'd stopped caring about lines drawn in dirt years ago. She clutched the meat in her hands, grease dripping down into the snow. She ran, breath tight, her wolf pushed at her skin, urging more speed. Behind her, the sound came, not the usual lumbering patrol, but something faster, something coordinated. The hounds howled first, big ones, bred to chase her kind, no time to shift, no time to plan. The forest blurred past in brown and white and bone. She moved like breath through teeth. Something dropped from above. She hit the ground hard, air gone, spine burning. The meat tumbled away into the bush. Someone had pinned her to the ground, a man. His scent hit her nose, leather, iron, and cinnamon. Too sharp to ignore, too close, too good. She hated that it was good. She twisted underneath him, claws out. He caught her wrist before her strike could land. She bared her teeth. "Rogue," he growled. "Thief." His voice rumbled down her spine. Her wolf stirred, electric and hot, not from fear. No, something else, warm, inviting. Her instincts bristled, confused. "Let me up." She struggled, but she couldn't move a mountain. "I should end you," he said, voice hard. She met his gaze, unflinching. "Try it." His lips twitched. A distant cousin of a smile. He stood up, gripped tight on her wrist. That was his mistake, thinking she was cowed. She swung, he ducked, she kicked, he pinned her again. Then he shifted, mid-motion, mid-fight. His body cracked and changed, fur ripping through skin, bones snapping and reforming. A massive black wolf landed on her chest, eyes silver and burning. Her own shift came hard and fast. Pain split through her as bones broke and reknit. Her wolf howled free, furious. She lunged, they clashed. Full teeth, full fury. His jaws locked around her shoulder. Too deep, too long. Fire shot through her like a lightning strike in dry woods. Her limbs froze. But under the pain was something else, a heat that crackled like hunger. She threw him off, staggered back. His stunned silver eyes stayed on hers. Fraynn shifted first. Skin replaced fur. Breath came shallow. She clutched her shoulder. It came away wet, not red, but gold. "You fool," she hissed. "You've bound us." His wolf shrank, limbs reshaping, bones cracking. When he rose, pale in the snow, her life force stained his chest like a brand. "With a rogue?" he said coldly, like she was dirt under his shoe. "I would never." "Maybe not you, but your wolf did." His jaw clenched, his gaze flicked to the wound on her shoulder. She spoke the truth. Old bond, ancient magic. He shook his head. "Impossible." "Not anymore." They stood there in the melting snow, tension taut between them. The smell of copper and something sweet, something tantalizing hung thick in the air. It was him, and her, and the space between them shrinking. Their eyes locked, chests heaving. Each took one step toward the other, crashing through the forest, steel and boots, dogs and voices. Khalil's guard burst through the trees. "Alpha!" one barked. "You captured the rogue!" Swords gleamed, hands grabbed her, rough and brutal. Fraynn snarled, bit, kicked. Her wolf rose under her skin, fangs itching, fire in her chest. "End her!" another shouted. "She attacked the king!" The king? Realization hit. Fear stole her breath. She was doomed. Kings didn't let rogues live. Cold steel pressed against her throat. She didn't flinch. "Stop!" The men froze. The pressure at her neck vanished. Khalil's voice roared an alpha command that none would break. "Release her! She's mine!" And for one strange, traitorous second, her pulse stuttered at the sound of it. Chapter 2. To Break the Bond. One guard gave her an old shirt, while another handed King Khalil fresh clothing and new boots. No one else moved. Some guards still had their blades midair, eyes locked on Khalil, waiting for him to change his mind. Fraynn stood barefoot in the snow. The fire of the bond smoldered inside her, sharp and hot. It pulsed in rhythm with her breath, with his. "My king?" A large soldier with highly polished armor questioned, voice tight with disbelief. "What did you say?" "I said she's mine," Khalil growled. The wind blew between them, rattling the pine needles like bones in a jar. "But she is a rogue," the soldier insisted, his blade still raised. "She is bound to me," Khalil snapped. He turned to them fully, evidence of a struggle drying on his chest. His eyes, silver in the fading light, dared them to speak again. Fraynn wiped her lip and smiled, small and sharp. She didn't need to fight. The Alpha King's words were heavier than her claws. Another guard stepped forward like approaching a beast in a trap. Older, weathered, with battle-scarred armor and eyes dark with things he'd seen. "If it's true," the man said, "then the bond won't let them separate. Not clean." Khalil cocked his head, a question in his eyes. "What say you?" I am talking about the right of fire," the old guard stuttered, taking a step back. "That's the only way, my king. If you survive, you can break the bond. If you fail, it devours you both." The younger soldiers paled. One muttered a prayer. Fraynn folded her arms. Her shoulder throbbed, but the pain steadied her, kept her focused. She had to end this before he did, save herself the humiliation. "So," her voice cut through the silence, "what are we waiting for? Let's go." "You don't give orders," Khalil said. "Yes, my king." Fraynn stepped toward him, voice sweeter than beets and twice as bitter. "Shall I bow next, or am I supposed to crawl?" "I care not what you do, rogue." Their eyes locked again. She shuttered hers, refusing to show him his words hurt. One of the guards stepped between them. "Sire, you can't go. Remember your betrothal to Princess Allure." His hand fell to the hilt of his sword, and he looked at Fraynn like she was filth tracked in from the stables. "This thing," he all but spat the word, "will ruin everything." Khalil's fists clenched at his sides. His wolf pushed forward close to the surface. "I will speak to the seer," he said. "She will confirm it." "And if she tells you the bond is real?" Fraynn asked. "What then?" Khalil looked at her, long and hard. He didn't answer. They rode out that night, horses laden with supplies for the journey. The woods stretched dark around them, branches heavy with frost. Fraynn walked. Of course she did. They didn't give her a horse, not a blanket, not even boots. Khalil didn't look at her as he rode beside her, but she could feel it, the pull, the hum of the bond like a string stretched tight between two arrows. Every few steps, his horse shifted toward her. She didn't miss it. The old guard rode ahead, silent as stone. The others stayed behind. When they finally reached the edge of the seer's grove, the horses refused to go further. Fraynn stepped past the line of old stones without flinching. Bare feet stepped in snow to the ankle, occasionally sliding on the ice underneath. The seer sat by a dying fire, old, eyes white and clouded, but she turned her head toward Fraynn. "You brought fire into my woods," she said, voice dry as snapped twigs. Khalil dismounted. "I need your wisdom." "No," the seer said. "You need her." Fraynn smiled again, a flash of teeth. She liked this woman already. "We're bonded," Khalil said, "by accident." "There are no accidents," the seer replied, "only truths that come faster than you want." He didn't flinch, but his hand curled into a fist. "I want it broken." The seer nodded. "Of course you do." "And?" Khalil asked. "You already know," she said. "Your guard spoke the truth. The rite of fire you both must do. 3 trials, no lies, no secrets, no mercy." Fraynn stepped forward, chin high. "When do we start?" The seer pointed into the dark beyond the trees. "Now, take nothing with you as the path will provide. It is already watching you." Khalil didn't move. Fraynn did. She walked into the woods, not looking back. After a moment, Khalil joined her. Chapter 3. The Road Between. The forest closed behind them. Branches reached out like arms, roots twisted beneath Fraynn's bare feet, sharp stones littered the path underneath the gently falling snow. She didn't wince, didn't stumble, she kept moving, quiet, watchful. The oversized shirt hung loose around her thighs, swishing with each step. When Khalil walked beside her, the bond pulsed behind her ribs. His boots crunched, his mouth a thin line. No words, not even a glance. She hated the silence, not because it was quiet, but because it left too much room for thinking. "You always breathe that loud? Or is it just because I'm here?" she muttered. He didn't answer. Good. She didn't actually want conversation. She wanted space, and fire, and boots, and maybe a bite of the meat she stole before he tackled her like she was a threat to his crown. Her wolf stirred beneath her skin, pacing, irritated, drawn to him. Traitor. "We could have come alone to the seer. You didn't have to bring your guards," she said, picking her way across a frost-covered log. "Unless you thought I'd steal your socks, too." "You're lucky I brought them," Khalil replied, not looking at her. "My kingdom would tear you apart for attacking their king." "Oh, I'm so grateful. I'll embroider you a thank you scarf with my bare feet." His jaw twitched. She saw it. They walked deeper. The air thickened. Sounds faded. The forest watched. Above them, the moon peeked through the canopy, pale and judging. Fraynn lifted her chin and kept walking. She would not ask for help, not even a blanket. She rubbed her arms. Her skin ached with cold, legs numb from ankle to thigh. She didn't slow. Wouldn't. Beside her, Khalil broke the silence. "Why didn't you run?" "When? Back at the seer's circle. You were free to." Fraynn kept her eyes on the path ahead. "And let you think I was afraid of a little magic forest?" "That's not an answer." "No, it's not." She stepped over a twisted root peeking above the snow, careful not to slip. "You're the king. You should know by now that nothing is free." He went quiet again. The bond tugged between them like a fish line strung between two cabins. When she sped up, it pulled tight. When she slowed, it pulled harder. And every time, he matched her pace. They walked until the trees thinned and a small clearing opened ahead, carpeted not in snow but warm, soft moss. A fire pit sat in the center, already lit. A speared piece of meat sizzled above the flames, fat dripping into the coals with soft, hungry pops. Her stomach growled so loud she winced. Fraynn blinked. "Did you—" "No." His voice lowered. "The path is watching." Of course it was. She stepped into the clearing. Her feet sank into moss, warm and toasty. Her toes tingled. Life returned to her legs. She let out a long breath and dropped to her knees beside the fire. Khalil stood at the edge, boots planted firm, watching. "You going to hover all night, or does your majesty need an invitation to sit?" He didn't respond. Instead, he stepped forward, pulled the meat from the spit with a dagger, and sliced it in two. The scent of smoke, char, and wild game curled into the air. He handed her a piece without a word. She took it fast, bit off a hunk, then smacked and chewed like she hadn't eaten in days, which she hadn't. Her fingers grew slick with grease, lips shiny with heat. She didn't look at him, not even once. Not until the bone was clean and her fingers were licked dry. Only then did she glance up, tongue sweeping the edge of her mouth. "Thanks," she said flatly, like it tasted strange in her throat. Khalil watched her the way wolves do, still, quiet, dangerous. He sat down across the fire, not too close, not far enough. She leaned back on her hands and looked up at him. "Your silence is deafening. If this is how you woo your bride-to-be, I see why you're still single." His eyes narrowed. "I'm betrothed." "Sure," she said, voice lazy from a full belly and a need to sleep. "Bound to me, betrothed to someone else. So many lucky women in your life." His wolf pushed forward then. She felt it. A shift in the air. A prickle in her spine. Khalil stepped forward. His boots stopped just short of the fire's edge. "I didn't ask for this." "Neither did I," Fraynn said. "But here we are." She turned her face to the fire, let the heat warm her skin. The ache in her shoulder eased. The gold mark shimmered faintly, catching the light. She didn't say she was tired, didn't ask for his cloak, didn't tell him her legs still thrummed with exhaustion. Instead, she said, "You want to know the truth?" He didn't answer, but she felt him listening. "I didn't run because even with frost in my lungs and swords at my throat, I knew an ending was better than where I came from." Khalil stood silent. "And if the right ends me?" Her voice dropped. "At least I'll burn on my own terms." A long pause followed. Then, slow, controlled, he walked over and shrugged off his cloak. He dropped it beside her without a word. She stared at it, then up at him. "I'm not going to say thank you." "I didn't ask you to." He walked to the other side of the fire and sat down. Back straight, hands on his knees like a statue. She snuggled deeper into the cloak, pulling it tight around her. It smelled of him, leather, iron, and sweet cinnamon. She breathed it in and closed her eyes. The forest quieted, the fire crackled. She dreamed of him. Chapter 4. Truth of the Bond. She woke to silence. Not the soft, sleepy kind that comes before dawn. This was a silence that pressed in from all sides. No birdsong, no breeze. Even the fire had gone out, its last breath a curl of smoke still hanging in the air. Fraynn sat up slowly, wrapped in Khalil's heavy cloak. The moss beneath her was still warm. Her shoulder, stiff. Healed but marked with gold. Khalil faced the woods with his back to her, arms folded across his chest. His body stood taut like he expected the trees to move, broad shoulders tight beneath worn leather, long legs braced to take on the world and win. Fraynn hated how good he looked in the quiet. Unfair, really, for a man who growled more than he spoke. "What is it?" she asked, voice still scratchy from sleep. He turned halfway, eyes scanning the clearing. The air shifted. Fraynn stood too, folding the cloak and draping it over a fallen branch. Her bare legs felt the chill again, the fire and moss's warmth already fading. "Is this it?" she asked. "First trial?" Before he could answer, the ground between them split. Not loudly, not with force, it simply opened, a mouth stretching wide, revealing stone steps that hadn't been there before. They led downward into dark earth, where no light touched. Khalil stepped to the edge and looked down. "The path calls." Fraynn joined him, peering into the black. "Of course it's underground," she muttered. "Why not freeze to death in a hole while we're at it?" They descended together, the air growing colder, damper with each step. The gold glow on her shoulder, their sealed bond, lit the way, casting shadows across the damp stone walls. When they reached the bottom, a room took shape from the gloom. Lit by torches, it was circular, quiet. The walls shimmered with deep, unnatural breath. In the center stood a stone pedestal, flat and smooth. 2 thin blades rested on top, ritual daggers. Khalil didn't move. Fraynn did. She walked up to the pedestal, glanced at both blades, and looked over her shoulder at him. "No lies, no secrets, no mercy. That's what the seer said." "What do you think that means?" Khalil asked, stepping closer. His scent wrapped around her as his cloak had done. Fraynn reached for one of the blades. The moment her fingers touched it, flames erupted around the edges of the room. She didn't jump, but she did tighten her grip. A voice echoed from the fire, ancient and scratchy and familiar. "Truth of the bond, speak what you have never said, speak it to the one you are tied to, one truth each and a drop of your essence on the stone or the fire will consume what you refuse to share." The flames crackled, watching, waiting. Khalil's jaw tightened. "They want a confession." "No, they want vulnerability." "Same thing." Fraynn raised the blade as if to cut her palm. "You first." He gave her a cool look. "No," she smirked. "Afraid of a little honesty, Your Majesty?" He stepped forward and snatched the other blade from the pedestal. He pricked his thumb. A drop of his essence sizzled on the stone. "I never wanted the crown," he said. "Never wanted to lead. I trained to fight, to be a warrior. When my brother died, taken down by rogues he sought to help, the crown fell to me. I wear it, but it chokes." The fire pulsed. The flames around the room flared bright, then softened. Fraynn blinked. She hadn't expected that. No wonder he hated her. As a rogue, she represented all that he had lost. His eyes met hers. "Your turn." Fraynn looked down at the dagger in her hand. Her reflection shivered in the blade before she too pricked her finger and leaked a drop. "I want to belong." Her voice cracked, so she repeated it, louder, steadier. "I want to belong," she said. From an early age she was on her own, her parents, her pack, wiped out by an alpha king from another territory who wanted their resources. "I don't care about status or wealth. I don't need any of that. I'm tired of being chased off, of running. I'm tired of pretending it doesn't hurt." The fire rose higher. For a moment Fraynn thought it would consume them, but then the pedestal sank into the floor. The flames and the torches around the room flickered out, leaving them in darkness and the soft sound of breath. Then the wall behind them split open, revealing another torchlit passage. This one sloped upward. Khalil didn't say anything as he sheathed the dagger into his belt. He didn't look at her either. Fraynn let hers drop and followed him up the path, noting that the bond between them no longer pulled. It hummed. Chapter 5. The River of Fire. No food, no water, no time to rest. The second trial didn't wait. They emerged from the underground path into a clearing lit by pale dawn and the low growl of something ancient. The air shimmered with heat. Fraynn stepped forward first, eyes narrowing, her breath caught. A river cut across the land in front of them, so wide the other side wasn't visible. It wasn't water, it was fire. Not flames licking up from stone or sparks blowing from trees. No. This was an endless, molten river, a glowing, flowing ribbon of gold and orange and white-hot pain. The scent of ash filled her lungs. Her wolf pressed hard under her skin, ears flat. Khalil stepped beside her. "How are we supposed to cross that?" he asked, one brow raised in question. His voice slid across her nerves, heat against skin. Fraynn didn't answer, afraid of what she might say, confess. He'd invaded her thoughts, her dreams. All that was left was her heart. Behind them, the path closed, trees tightened, shadows thickened, no turning back. Khalil took one slow step forward. His wolf rose like a shadow behind his eyes. "Don't," Fraynn said. He looked over. "Why not?" "Because—" She swallowed hard, eyes locked on the burning river ahead. Another truth burst from her lips, not forced but freely given. "My village burned when I was a pup. Fire took everything. I still smell smoke when I dream." Khalil's gaze flicked to her. There was weight in it, like he saw more than he should, like he wasn't used to hearing fear spoken out loud. "I don't like the burn," she said, resigned. "But I won't let it win." "Neither will I." She turned to face the flames again. The heat licked her skin, even from this distance. Her wolf shifted under the surface, ready, restless. "I don't think this is a test of strength," she said. Khalil waited. "I think it's a test of instinct." "And hers?" Hers had never needed permission. She inhaled once, deep and full of fire. Then she ran, her bones cracked, skin split, her wolf burst from within. She caught the flick of movement beside her, Khalil shifting too, his black fur tearing free like sparks from a blacksmith's hammer on steel. They leapt from the bank and landed in the fire. Not above it, not across it, in it. The pain hit her like teeth on bone, heat so wild it wasn't fire anymore. It was color, sound, memory. Her wolf stumbled on what felt like solid ground, fell, got up again. Voices rose inside her, twisted echoes of the past. "Run, Fraynn, hide! They're coming!" Her mother's scream, her father's plea, the scent of smoke, the taste of copper-tinged air. The pain pulsed, alive and cruel, but she kept going. Each step forward was war. Her wolf pushed, her rage carried her, the bond burned. Still she ran, because this time she wasn't running from the fire, she was moving through it. Then, a yelp. "Khalil!" She turned, heart hammering. Fire coiled up around her legs like vines. She saw him in the flames, his black wolf fighting against the invisible current, muscles locked, body rigid. He wasn't flowing with it, his warrior instincts were trying to conquer it, trying to win. But this fire didn't care about winners. It only cared about surrender. She hesitated for half a second. Then she ran back. Smoke clung to her fur, her lungs burned. But she pushed through. Their eyes met in the center of the fire. His wolf's ears were flat, muzzle crumpled in a silent howl of misery. Trapped between past and present, between pride and pain. Fraynn slowed. She didn't reach for him, didn't force him. His eyes locked on hers, wild and unguarded, like he didn't know whether to trust her or run straight through her. "We make it through, together or not at all." That was what her eyes said. He took one shaky step toward her. The moment he moved, her chest eased. Not from the bond, from something softer, something stupid. Then another. She turned beside him, their shoulders brushed, their paws moved in sync. Even in wolf form, his touch sparked something hot beneath her ribs, a desperate sort of want she was afraid to speak aloud. The flames howled around them. The bond pulsed harder, stronger. Together they ran, not away, not toward, through. The other side appeared like a mirage in the desert. They climbed up on the bank, collapsing in a heap of fur and smoke, muscles twitching as they shifted. Fraynn lay flat on her back, chest heaving, soaked in sweat and ash. She didn't care about modesty, not at this point. They were alive, they had made it, together. Khalil shifted next, hands pressed into moss, head bowed like he'd come out of battle. She turned her head toward him. "You're stubborn," she whispered. "You're reckless." They both breathed. She noticed how his gaze lingered, not rude, not possessive, more like she was a story he hadn't finished reading and was eager to get back to. His chest rose and fell. "You came back for me." "I didn't think you'd make it on your own." He looked at her. Liar. She closed her eyes, let the moss cool her body, ignoring the way her heart hummed and the bond pulsed as he said, "You're not the only one who's tired of being alone." His hand brushed hers. Only once, but it was enough to hold the heat that rose inside at his words. As her eyes closed and her breath became even, it didn't fade, but stayed tucked in her chest like an ember refusing to die. Chapter 6. The Mirror and the Flame. They woke to the persistent hum of something watching. Fraynn sat up slowly. Her legs ached, her bones felt hollow. Her shoulders still throbbed faintly, gold glowing beneath the skin. Khalil was already standing, one arm braced against a tree, eyes on the horizon. The dawn caught on his skin. He was majestic, bathed in light. And for a moment she let herself see him. Not the king, not the enemy. Just him. "Third trial," he said without turning. "It's coming." As if beckoned by his voice, the moss beneath them trembled, then split. Roots parted, trees bowed. A narrow path appeared, winding down into shadow. Stone steps again, smooth, worn, waiting. Without speaking, they descended. The path led them to a wide cavern carved from breathing stone. Pale light poured through cracks in the ceiling. In the center stood a single black mirror, tall, jagged, ringed in ash. It pulsed faintly with gold. Fraynn stopped at the edge, her wolf growled low in her chest. Khalil stepped beside her. "What is it?" he asked. "The final trial," she said, voice tight. "The mirror of the bond." The air shifted. A voice whispered through the cavern, raspy and ancient. "What you carry must be faced. Step forward, one at a time, or be broken by what you fear." Khalil didn't wait. He walked forward first. His reflection shimmered, shifted. Fraynn watched as his expression went still, then sharp, like something inside him cracked. She couldn't see what he saw, but she could hear his breath hitch. He took a step back. "Khalil?" she asked, quiet. His fists clenched at his sides, his mouth opened, then closed. Finally, he said, "You," walking away. The words knocked something loose inside her. He didn't look at her as he continued. "I saw you, leaving, choosing freedom, choosing anything but me." Fraynn said nothing. He looked at her now. "And I wasn't angry. I was relieved." She flinched, but then he added, softer, "Because I didn't think I was enough to make you stay. The mirror pulsed. Its gold light rippled outward. "Truth spoken," said the voice. "Now the second." Fraynn's throat tightened. She stepped forward. The mirror bloomed with light. Her own face stared back, eyes wide, mouth trembling. Then it twisted. Not into fear, into loss. She saw Khalil, standing with a beautiful woman with a cold smile and even colder eyes. Crowned, surrounded by others, pack, court, duty. She wasn't there, and he didn't look back. She returned. Her voice cracked when she spoke. "I saw you choosing the crown, choosing her, your betrothed, the kingdom, and never once looking for me." Khalil didn't move. Fraynn blinked away the heat rising in her chest. "I don't want to be forgotten again." The mirror pulsed brighter. Light poured through the chamber. The voice whispered, softer this time. "Truth shared, bond held, final step, face the fire together." Behind the mirror the walls split, and there it was, a wolf made of flame. It stood taller than both of them, eyes molten gold, breath a hiss of heat. Its fur was smoke, its claws sparks. The wolf of the bond, the guardian of the old magic. Fraynn took a step forward. Khalil followed. The wolf lowered its head, waiting. Her wolf stirred beneath her skin. Khalil's scent moved through the air. She felt the edge of him again, the fire, the control. But underneath it all, he had stood beside her. He had burned for her. He had waited. Their eyes met. They shifted together, fur, teeth, muscle. They charged, side by side. No hesitation. The flame wolf lunged. Khalil hit first. Her wolf struck low. They circled, teeth flashing, bodies moving in perfect rhythm, not fighting alone, fighting as one. The flame wolf howled. Gold burst from its core. But their bond held. Her wolf called to him. He answered. They surged together. Teeth sank into fire. Power met power. The beast dissolved into ash. The mirror shattered and silence returned. Then light, warm, gentle, healing. They shifted back slowly, knees sinking into the dirt. Fraynn was the first to speak. "It's done." Khalil looked at her, ash dusting his shoulders, his breathing steady. "We could break it," he said. She nodded. "We could." "But?" She met his eyes. "I don't want to." His breath caught. It wasn't magic or danger that tightened the space between them. It was a choice. And she had made hers. With a brilliant smile on his face, his hand reached for hers. She didn't pull away. Chapter 7. The Aftermath. Clothes waited on the shore of a cool stream, laid out neatly on smooth stones like the path itself had prepared for them. Fraynn stood ankle-deep in the water, shivering and sore, scrubbing soot from her arms with trembling fingers. The stream licked over her skin like silk, clean, sharp, real. Khalil stood a few feet away, pretending not to look. She'd caught him once. His eyes had slid across her shoulder, down to her stomach, then away, too quickly, like heat had bitten him. She smirked. You planning to drown in silence, or are you going to admit you're staring? I wasn't, he said. She arched a brow. He hesitated. I'm not blind. She laughed softly, flicking water in his direction. It landed on his chest. You're not subtle either, he added, glancing at her again. This time slower. Bolder. Her heart kicked, but she didn't show it. You look different without all that scowling. And you, he said, look beautiful. Their eyes locked across the shimmer of the stream. She turned first, smiling to herself. They dressed in silence, but it wasn't cold anymore, not with the weight of his gaze warming her skin. Chapter 8. The Garden and the Crown. Rogue and royalty, wild and throne, walls took time to soften, longer still to crumble, especially when built from mistrust. We'll take it slow. That's what he said the night they survived the final trial. He thought she wanted it. She thought he meant it. That was 3 months ago. Spring crept into every stone hallway like it belonged there. Ivy curled through the windows, breeze carried the scent of blooming roses, and warmth soaked into the marble floors. The land had thawed. So had he, so had she. Fraynn sat on a thick wool blanket in the West Wing classroom. The castle children lay napping in a tangled pile, cheeks red from playing, hands still clutching wooden toy wolves and stuffed rabbits. She tucked the youngest boy's blanket higher and whispered a hush into his dreams. Soft laughter echoed from the hall. The kitchen staff had finished preparing the evening meal. The blacksmith's wife waited in the courtyard for her twins. Life moved quietly beneath the crown, beyond the throne, and it warmed her chest to see how much the people loved their king. They loved him with ease, with trust, and she was part of it. Castle life, not because she was forced to, because she wanted to. A shadow stretched long across the door. She didn't look up at first. She didn't have to. Khalil watched from the threshold, silent and still, his arms folded over his chest, broad shoulders relaxed, no crown on his brow, just dark curls mussed from the wind, and a look on his face that was far too soft for a man skilled in warfare. Fraynn smirked to herself. Still spying on me? She asked, keeping her tone soft for the sleeping pups. He didn't answer, not with words. His lips twitched, barely, and then he was gone. Every day, same rhythm, same game. He watched her, she watched him. And when the sun slipped behind the walls, he returned. Their dinners were full of chatter, sometimes laughter, and sometimes a comfortable silence, but always together. With spring, they sat in the rose garden, under a twisted trellis, vines thick with early bloom. Roses spilled red and pink and white across the edges, petals dotting the moss. A bottle of chilled wine between them, crumbs on the plates, candlelight softening the stone. Fraynn sipped slowly. Her fingers played with the stem of her glass. Princess Alora accepted the new treaty, Khalil said casually. Even with the broken betrothal, the alliance stands. Fraynn's eyebrow lifted. She wasn't angry? She didn't want a king. He met her gaze. She wanted leverage. Fraynn leaned back, one leg folded under her. Smart girl. His lips twitched. Very. Silence again. The kind of quiet that didn't need filling. Then his voice softly saying, "Do you miss being on your own?" She didn't hesitate. Sometimes. He nodded, eyes on the wine between them. But you stay. Fraynn tipped her head. I didn't expect to like it here, but I do. She glanced sideways at him. Your people are loud, nosy, strangely fond of bread. His lips quirked. They are. She sipped, set her glass down. The castle's strange. Too many doors. Too many rules. But the children, they don't care about that. You like watching them? I like watching them be safe. Her fingers traced the edge of the plate. I like knowing they'll never sleep with one eye open. He didn't speak. I like showing them how to live in this world, cautious but unafraid, to paint the walls and blame the spirits. That pulled a laugh from him. Quiet, but real. She looked at him fully. I thought I'd miss the wild, but there's something here, a kind of peace. It's new. It's good. You don't pace the halls anymore. Because I'm not waiting to run, she said, voice lighter. I have things to do, small things, real things. He studied her, eyes soft. You sleep now? Like a rock, she grinned, especially after a day of the twins pretending that the classroom floor is lava and I am their raft. His smile deepened. She leaned forward, elbows on the table, voice quieter. I didn't know a rogue could have freedom without chains. Their eyes met. Do you ever regret not sending me away? She asked, teasing, mostly. Khalil shook his head, slow and sure. No, I think I've only just begun to understand what I'd been missing. Fire raced beneath her skin. The bond hummed. Khalil stood. Fraynn stayed seated, chin tilted, eyes round. He came towards her, stopping to drop to a knee. No show, no pomp, just him. Man, wolf, king. I didn't expect this, he said. Any of it. You, us. Her lips parted, but she said nothing. He reached for her hand. I want you, he said, silver eyes locking on her own. Not because the bond demands it, because I do. Stay with me. She stared at him. Her pulse drummed in her chest. I know we said slow, he went on, but this, he gestured between them, doesn't feel like a curse anymore. Not that it ever did. Liar, she teased. He threw back his head and laughed. Do you really want me to stay? She asked. Not in the castle, not with the children, but with you? I want more than that. The sincerity that shone from his eyes made her breath catch. Fraynn, I love you, your goodness, your kindness, tame and wild. Will you be my queen? For a moment the silence stretched so long it could have snapped. But then she nodded, not fast, but sure. I love you, she whispered. Not the crown, not the kingdom, just you. He didn't speak, didn't need to. He leaned in, slow, reverent, the focus before a prayer. Soft and sure, his lips found hers, and the world fell quiet. No fire, no past, just breath and skin and the kind of kiss that made time stop. When he pulled back, his forehead rested against hers, the closeness a vow. The mark on her shoulder shimmered once, warm, golden, then faded into the hush between heartbeats. Not broken, claimed, by choice. Thank you for listening to the story. Please like and subscribe for more romance.